Yes, my people. Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. Hope everyone is doing well. Smash up the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. We're going to be live for the next hour and a half, answering your lots of chats, chatting with the chat, and chatting everything to do with Liverpool Football Club. And yeah, we're going to go over some bits and pieces that's been released on Twitter. And discuss that it looks like that Liverpool definitely just ultimately won't be bringing in anybody, and giving my thoughts and opinions and feelings on that. And yeah, if the mic's working okay, do let me know. I'm hoping it is, because I've not messed about with it, but I've done a few things, so I'm hoping it will be hopefully working okay. If not, genuinely, I don't know. So yeah, man, big up to everyone in the building. Let me bless up the chat. Big up to Curtis in the building. We got Aunt Dicko here. Yeah, my granddad's doing okay. My friend, he's blessed right now. But yeah, man, 13 likes already. Let's try and get those up to 25 is the like target for today. Mickey van de Ven looks like he wants Liverpool move. Looks like Liverpool won't be signing a centre back. And yeah, what's everything meaning for on a slot right now? Also, Fabrizio Romano has given an update on Xabi Alonso in terms of what he is going to be doing next with his managerial career. So yeah, let me answer some of the questions in the chat already, man. Bless up to everyone, man. Hope everyone's doing well. Big up Curtis, big up Reacts Lab, big up to my friends. I'll happily take Mickey van der Ven. I've watched a couple of content creators over the past 24 hours or so since that link and rumors kind of appeared, and I've just been watching a few people, just gathering their thoughts, seeing what other people are thinking. And it's looking to me, some of them would, some of them wouldn't. And they didn't really explain why. For me, the only reason why I wouldn't take Mickey van der Ven at Liverpool is if we basically ultimately got priced out of a move. If Tottenham Hotspur came to Liverpool and said, look, you can have Mickey van der Ven, but you've got to pay well over 80 million quid, then no, I wouldn't pay it. But if we could get Mickey van der Ven for, let's say, 60 to 70, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. How I see is slot goes at the end of the season and a brand new manager comes in. I agree, my friend. That's what I personally think as well. I do think a new manager will ultimately come in. I was watching Enz's show with Cal and Jamie, so big up to them. Big up to Jamie and Cal and Enz. Make sure you're subscribing to Endman TV. I was watching just a little bit of his show while I was eating my breakfast and doing a bit of a workout. And yeah, they were speaking about, I think it was Jamie that said that he thinks regardless a new manager will come in at the end of the season. And I'm in the same boat as well, to be honest. The club wants a 2-for-1 deal, Gahey free and someone else rather than paying for two. Yeah, I can very much see that. And if Liverpool was to pull that off, then yeah, it's good business, theoretically. But where it doesn't become good business is if Liverpool lose a Van Dijk or a Canate due to injury. And I can say this wholeheartedly. Liverpool won't be winning anything. This season will be done. Let's say tomorrow, right, we play against Burnley and touch wood. Van Dijk pulls up with a hamstring. Canate pulls up with a hamstring. Our season is done because no one's going to be confident with Ryan Gravenberch or Endo at centre back. And we're not calling them bad players. They're just not good enough for centre back. And there's nothing wrong within that. So, me personally, look, I'm looking at it from the situation. Liverpool need to bring on a centre back, and we're going to speak about Gay soon. Big up to Antic. I hope you're doing well, my friends. Bless up to you, mate. My grand's doing well. Good luck. Um, good luck, Mo, tonight against Mane. You doing a watch along? Yeah, I'm doing a watch along for that game. I've been doing watch alongs for a lot of the AFCON games. Yeah, Mo for Egypt versus Senegal is at 5 o'clock. So yeah, we are going to be doing a watch along for that. Big up to Wesley in the chat. So yeah, content today. You've got this stream, a watch along stream. We're also going to be doing a match reaction to the Egypt Senegal because looks like I could be coming back to Anfield. You could be getting to the AFCON final. So, and also we're going to do a match reaction to the Carabao Cup tonight. What is it? Arsenal, Chelsea. Big up to Wesley in the chat reacts. Honestly, these shows are becoming too predictable in format. We need a little sesh glazing the Arsenal. We've not even played Chelsea yet. The streets need that. Footy, you seen Qatar refusing to turn up to training. I know. I wonder if everyone else is going to criticise Paquetá. I wonder if everyone else is going to criticise Lucas Paquetá because Alexander Isak got heavily abused, heavily criticised in the summer. Let's see if Lucas Paquetá gets the same from Simon Jordan and TalkSport and Sky Sports. Will be very interesting, and I'll be sitting and waiting for that. And if they don't, I'm going to clip up your content. I'm going to do a video on you, like exposing you for what you are, because saying, "Oh, Isak's a rat," da 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 da. Let's see if you do the same for Lucas Paquetá because you didn't do the same for fucking Wissa. Big up, my friends. Oh, by the way, chat, let me gift out some memberships because it's the new mob. So I'm gonna gift out some memberships for the channel. How do I do this? So if you do receive a membership, big up to you all. Basically, we are going to start doing member-only content. So if you do want to have the exclusivity, become a member on the channel. So yeah, look out for that. We've just gifted out 10 memberships. So if you want to yeah, man. So we've just gifted out 10 memberships. Member only content is coming to the channel. If you want to be a part of that, become a member, man. I think members are what, like £2-3, and you got the big one that's just like £8. So if you do become a member, bless up to you all. I think we've got in total on the membership scheme now like 25 members. Yeah. Bro said read the chat. Sorry for giving back to my community. I do apologize. Apparently, Paquetá's offered himself to Arsenal. He ain't going to Arsenal. Nah, no worries, my friend. I do apologise about my throat, chat. I've got a bit of a sore throat coming. And yeah, I'm trying to get rid of it. But I'm still turning up and doing the content. Big up Reacts and chat. Hope you all well. Big up to you, my friend. Big up to Sally in the building. Where's the media uproar? Exactly, man. Where is the media uproar? Reacts, you're a hypocrite. You criticize Trent for doing much less. You are Wesley, man, after Arteta take. How is Trent and Arteta in the same sentence? Reacts woke up and chose violence, definitely taking the new job ultra seriously. Big up to you. W Reacts, yeah, Reacts only member, I'll join. No, mate. Sorry, mate, there won't be no OnlyFans, and that is an exclusive bomber. It's having sleepless nights nowadays, taking considering the results of an up-and-coming league and awareness of the ability of Alonso. Slot out. Yeah, man. Reacts, your throat is... No, mate. No. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? 20 of you in the building, man, already. Smash the likes button. Subscribe. Let's try and get these likes up to 20, man. Let's try and get these likes up to 20. Nothing on Sky Sports Radio yet. Exactly, man. They're not going to criticize Paquetá because No offense, West Ham are a nobody club compared to Liverpool Football Club, and Lucas Paquetá is nobody to Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak's one of the best strikers in the Premier League, and Liverpool are the biggest club in England, so there was always going to get critiqued. You know, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester United will always get views if you talk on them. It always does. So if you glaze Arsenal, that will get you views. If you, I don't know, say you're a top red of Liverpool, you get the point. You do get the gist. But no, this is coming from Fabrizio Romano, and this is what he has had to say. I don't know why I'm replying to the tweet. Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool are really pushing. I would love to know what Fabrizio Romano means by really pushing, because it seems to me, are we like pushing like the heaviest truck in the world and it's going to take us a billion years to get there? Or are we literally pushing the snail? Like, there's no in between. We're either pushing a snail or the heaviest truck in the world. For Mark Gahey and and although Man City are prepared to go strong for a defender this month, the players' plans has always been to move in the summer on a free. That's the difference right now. I think Manchester City probably would have got Mark Gahey by now, to be honest with you, because they knew. You look at Man City's lineup last night; it was heavily weaked. I mean, I can put up to you on screen how weak that Manchester City lineup was last night. I mean, they had Mateus Nunes at right back, Kusanov, some academy kids, Ake, and they didn't even have many defenders to bring on. They got Ryan Aït-Nouri. And then you look at the bench, Stones is out, Gvardiol is out, Ruben Diaz is out. So they got bare injuries. And that is as to reasons as to why they are pushing for Mark Gahey. I think this deal would have been done if Mark Gahey was really open to a January move. If you're Mark Gahey, yeah, why wouldn't you want to go in January? Either stay at Crystal Palace, see out your contracts, or go to Man City and potentially win a Premier League. You're in Man City are going to be in the League Cup final, barring an absolute collapse to Newcastle at the Etihad, right? Barring a collapse in that, they're going to be in the contention for the Champions League. So if you're Mark Gahey, I don't know why you're not really pushing to go to Man City rather than stay at Crystal Palace. You're at the FA Cup, you're not in the League Cup, you're not going to get Champions League football, you might get Conference League football again, potentially. The only thing that's really left to play for if you're a Crystal Palace fan is the Conference League. They might get to the knockouts in that. I believe they're floating in and around the playoff zone. Yeah, I don't think Palace will even win that, to be honest with you. And that's no disrespect to Crystal Palace. I just don't rate your club. Let me catch up with the chat. So yeah, if you want to become a member, become a member. Hold that footy, you won't believe what the United's latest hope is. You'll have to tell me, man. Smash the likes, yeah, man. Man City beat corruption last night. Yeah, they got robbed in VAR last night. That VAR was up there one of the worst decisions. I'm sorry. And I'm not even a Man City fan, and I don't like Manchester City, but I will call out bullshit when bullshit is bullshit. And ultimately, that was a joke. I watched the game. The defense was weak on paper, but on the pitch they looked good actually. But Wesley, the difference is, mate, is Manchester City. That defense will be really tested against the top European sides. Let's be honest, Newcastle's attack this season hasn't really been good, has it? And if we're being truly honest, Nick Voltermaid hasn't hit the heights as he was at the start of the season. Jacob Murphy isn't doing what he was doing last season. Anthony Gordon hasn't been good, and people knowing this in the community that I rate Anthony Gordon very highly. Harvey Barnes has done okay, but if they come up against an Arsenal, a PSG especially, a Real Madrid with their attack would know what they can do, especially a Bayern Munich, you know, they're going to be in trouble. I don't think they need Mark Gahey. They do need Mark Gahey, though. They do need Mark Gahey. The Man City needs centre-backs really quick. Look at Man City's attacking depth, and that's why I think Man City are going to try and pursue for Mark Gahey this window. Semenyo, after a couple of games, he will be a bench boy very soon. I don't see the hype in Mark Gahey, never have done. Not Mark Gahey, sorry, Antoine Semenyo never will. Some players are just average. Semenyo is the new toy, that's why. You got everyone on Twitter, oh my God, I can't believe we didn't sign Mark Gahey. Listen, he scored an FA Cup goal against Exeter City. He had a decent half game last night. But if you actually watched it from a point of view, wanted wingers to come in on the inside, pause. And Semenyo was kind of struggling at that. And he was also playing him on the right at mostly the times when he's more predominantly a left winger. I just think Semenyo might just do okay at City. I don't think he's going to be lightning, lightningly good. Mark Gahey will go to Chelsea. I think Chelsea will get in the interest. I think Chelsea will try and pursue Mark Gahey, if I'm being truly honest. I mean, we went through all the teams who wants Mark Gahey. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City. Who else? I think Inter Milan. I think it was one of the Milan clubs. Inter Milan. And don't be surprised. I think Manchester United will try and join that race if they make Champions League football as well. Big up to Michael TV10 in the building. I hope you're doing well, my bro. Bro, it's such a shame, man, about what obviously you already know, innit? I'll message you after the stream anyway. Big up to you, my bro. Catalan, how are you? Fair enough, Catalan. You want the person who broke Isaac? You must be crazy. We're talking about Mark Gahey. We're talking about Mark Gahey. I've watched the FA Cup games this weekend. Without VR, differences are wild. They will find a way to dissolve goals. Proves it. Yep. Thoughts and reports. No potential signing incomings in January. Do you trust Hughes and Edwards' judgment with looking long term rather than short term fixes? I've been very critique of Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes in their time at Liverpool. So it's coming up to 2 years in their tenure. Let's look at the positives they've done. They've brought in world-class players. Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike. They've shown a level of intent in the summer. What have they done that's wrong? The contract situation, has been proven to be ultimately wrong. Signing players like Federico Chiesa, who's just sitting on the bench, wasting away. Not showing the intent this window. As much as I think the summer window was really, really good, I didn't think the club had no choice. It's like I said, I used the perfect analogy yesterday. If you guys walked past a park bench yesterday and you saw £1,000 sitting on the bench, you're taking it. Yeah, you're not going to ignore it. It's like if you have an opportunity to get Florian Wirtz, you're going to take the opportunity. Same with Alexander Isak. So, I think ultimately we had no choice but to bring in those players. Big up to Clive in the building. Lol. You skipped a chat message. I don't know what message you're on about, my friend. I don't know. You said you won that rubbish Spurs defender, what, Mickey van der Ven? So I take it you don't want Mickey van der Ven in the club. We need players in now, defence cover, defence midfield, and left and right wingers, 100%. I had drafted it up yesterday. Liverpool need 5 players. 2 centre-backs, if Konate looks to be leaving, and he looks like he is going to be leaving. So 2 centre-backs, a winger, that's 3. I would also bring in a midfielder, that's 4, and I think you could argue maybe another winger as well. I know it looks like Mohamed Salah probably will be leaving this summer, so we need to be bringing in a right winger, we need to bring in a left winger, a midfielder, and 2 centre-backs. honestly, if you said to me, name me the 5 players you would love, midfield, Adam Morton, the 2 centre backs, Mark Gahey, and give me someone like, and again, look, just give me someone good, maybe like a Schlotterbeck or something like that. Then at left wing, I would take Bradley Bacola. I think Bradley Bacola could be the star attacking winger, and then we go cheap on one of the other wingers. So maybe like an Antonio Nusa. And then in the midfield, Adam Wharton. I written just, bro, which message, mate? Like, which one? This, like, you're gonna have to let me know, mate. You can't just say you miss a message and then complain and don't tell me which one I missed. You know? But no, Chat, it is gonna be interesting, isn't it? It's definitely going to be interesting to see how the transfer news really does develop, and Man City do need it. And I sat and thought about it yesterday in terms of the transfer news, in terms of um, you know, who needs Gahey the most right now. It's Liverpool and Manchester City. Arsenal don't need them. Arsenal don't need him unless Saliba or Gabriel Magalhaes is going to leave. Then yeah, I can understand a Mark Gahey move. But you got Hickpy, you got Mascara, you got Calafiori that can play there. You got other players that can just come in and fill in and do a role. So signing Mark Gahey is literally pointless. If I'm being truly honest, Mark Gahey will be daft to go to Arsenal because he's not going to start over Gabriel or Saliba. And that's just due to how good they are as centre backs. Gabriel Magalhaes for me is the best centre back in the world. Saliba, I would put him in my top 5. You know, I'm surprised PSG aren't interested. You know, with Marquinhos, he's 31, 32. They need another centre back to join Patra in the defence. Real Madrid, they've got injury problems at centre back. Barcelona, I could see them trying because it's a free transfer. Bayern Munich, they might move on Kim Min-jae with Upamecano potentially signing the contract, and plus there's been a long interest there. So I can actually see it from the respected sides, to be honest with you. You know, so your mic is working great today. Yes, this is what we want to hear, man. I'm hoping it can stay like that. Bruno wants out of United. Fairs. How much is Van from Spurs? I think he probably costs. I think you get Mickey Van der Ven for about 70 million quid. We should go for Adeyemi left wing and get here on ordinary centre backs. What is good about Adeyemi, and this isn't a diss at you, Rodrigo, but I don't rate Adeyemi one bit. I think Adeyemi is one of the most overrated players at world football. Gahey and Ordonez, I would take, yes. What happened to Kim Bembe or whatever his name is at PSG? He plays for one of the Qatarian clubs. He plays in Qatar now. Don't forget he picked up back-to-back ACL leg breakers in back-to-back seasons. He didn't play football for like 600 and something days. Like, yeah, like he literally got absolutely done over with injuries. Have you all noticed these little arguments between players after a goal? Interesting. And you know about Liverpool? Kimpembe, yeah, he got absolutely done out with injuries, mate. Would you take Bastoni Schlotterbeck partnership to replace Van Dijk and Canate long term? Um, would I take Bastoni and Schlotterbeck long term? How old is Bastoni? Let me have a look. Bastoni. He's 26. Okay, we brought in what? Virgil van Dijk at 25? Yeah, we brought in Van Dijk at 25, didn't we? 25 turning on to 26. And how old is Schlotterbeck? 26. I would rather get Mark Gahey and Bastoni, if I'm being honest. But look, I would love Bastoni at Liverpool. Absolutely love Bastoni at Liverpool. I just think it's a deal that is quite difficult to do. I just think it's a very difficult deal to do. Big up to the men's in the chat. You're doing well, Chi. I'm doing good to you, my friend. Barnsley left winger would be better. Hey, he looks good, and he's only 21, by the way. Yep, Liverpool players. What do you mean by arguments? Like, are we on about them screaming at each other? Like, what are you classing as an argument? Because people class arguments as dirty looking these days. Macro Sabosla arguments since before. What game was this? Why is nobody talking about the Portuguese defender Antonio Silva? It would have been linked with him previously in the past. Doesn't he play for? Is it Benfica he plays for? Am I right in saying? Nusa. Look, Nusa, I think I've done a bit more research on him again. I like the look of the player. Again, how much is he going to cost? And where is he going to be in the pecking order of the attack? You know, I want to bring in a winger that is in the bracket of a 22 to 25-year-old. You know, my first choice on the left wing, if you said to me, left wingers I like the look of Nusa, I like Bradley Barcola. And look, I think Anthony Gordon could still come in and do really well at Liverpool. I do, and people forget how much that partnership was good between Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon. So could they potentially run that back? Kvaratskhelia was my first choice, man. I really wanted Kvaratskhelia. I think we probably could have got him, if we actually went in with the deal earlier. But ultimately, we missed out. We obviously went to Paris Saint-Germain. Literally, Kvaratskhelia would have been the absolute dream hunter. It would have been the absolute dream. Benfica, yeah, he plays for Benfica, didn't he? Barnsley left winger would be better. Yo, big up to Views Raid, man. Big up to you, my G. Views Raid, big up. Big up to everyone that's coming in from the Views Raid. Hope everyone is doing well. Let me get Views' channel link in the chat for you. We've got quite a few of you in the building. Let's get his channel link. Views on sports. Make sure you're dropping a sub to him, man. He's on the road to what? 2.5K. He's grinding. Make sure you're subscribing to Views on Sports, man. There we go. Put the link in twice in the chat for you. And everyone that is joining in from the Views Raid, make sure you're smashing up the like button and make sure you are subscribing. Bless up to everyone, man. Bless up. Bless up for the raid, my G. Thank you, man. After one game. But yeah, I would definitely take the Barnsley left winger. If you said to me, you could get him for like 2-3 million quid, why not? Why not? Why not? And knowing us, with Michael Edwards and that, we could probably make a profit and flip it if we wanted to. Let's say, I don't know, sell him in like a season or two or whatever. Do you know? So I would take it. I would take him for the banter. I would actually take him for the banter. But yeah, smash up the likes, yeah, man. Come on. Big up for the raid, my G. But that's up to you. But look, it's looking like we're not going to be signing Mark Gahey, unfortunately, this transfer window. But we are also linked with Mickey van der Ven, according to IndyCar. I can actually pull up the exact tweet he did say, and he has retweeted it. He did indeed say, exclusive break-in bombshell. Mickey van der Ven is ready to blow up the transfer market this summer. Again, weird way to explain it. Our exclusive sources are screaming Liverpool in his dream destination. This is actually the guy that broke Isaac's thing, isn't it? But no, would I take Mickey van der Ven at Liverpool Football Club? If I'm being honest with you, I am taking him due to me being realistic in the transfer markets. You know, I'm being realistic from a point of view of, you know, do I think Gahey is ultimately better than Mickey van der Ven? Do I think he is? I think they're both on par. I think Mickey van der Ven can go up another level if he came to Liverpool. I do. I do think Mickey van der Ven could come up another level if he was to go to a Liverpool. But do I see this deal any somewhat, you know, do I see them? This deal for me, look, ultimately depends on Tottenham. Tottenham hold all the cards in regards to how much they want, and they're gonna want big money. If Tottenham was to miss out on Champions League football, obviously we know stuff like that naturally helps with price ranges. It helps naturally, but I'm not paying no more than, if I'm being honest with you, I'm not paying no more than 70 million quid. And that's like up in add-ons, by the way, as well. So I'm not taking him for any more than that, to be honest. But yeah, we are being linked with a lot of centre backs now. You know, Jeremy Jacket, is that how you pronounce his name, from Rennes? His name's popped up a lot as well. So yeah, man, his name is popping up again. Be interesting. I need to do some research on him because I'm not gonna be actually like one of these fans where it's like, oh yeah, I've seen him, yeah, he's good. Nah, yeah, I've seen him, yeah, he's shit. You get too many fans like that, and that annoys me when you see people do that. What else we got? Price tag will be good for us. Yeah, no arguing in the chat, man. No arguing in the chat. But Mickey van der Ven, 60 million, 70 million. Why not? Why not? Because I think he's got some good attributes. I think he's, as a ball carrier, he's very good. He's got pace. He's got good heights. He's got age on his side. I think one of the reasons why people wouldn't take him is because of his injuries. But if you actually look at his injury record since Janusz Postecoglou has left, he's actually stayed relatively fit. He's actually has stayed relatively fit in terms of, you know, keeping that consistency. I believe he hasn't actually been injured. I don't know. I might be wrong. So I'm taking Mickey van der Ven. He's a Liverpool fan. Do I think he was a bit of a scumbag for what he did to Isaac? 110%. 110%, and you know, hopefully Isaac again. Hopefully he'll be okay, man. Because if Isaac doesn't come back the same and he's dusted, then yeah, Mickey van der Ven, you can fucking jog on, mate. I don't want you anywhere near my club if Isaac doesn't come back the same. Yeah, you can jog on, mate. You div. You can certainly jog on, mate. Hold that. But yeah, big up to everyone. What else? What else we got? I did find a tweet. I can't remember if I bookmarked it. It was talking about, Liverpool in terms of their transfer targets. I genuinely can't find genuinely don't think I can find it. Literally, it basically spoke about looks like Liverpool aren't bringing in players. Was it Anfield sector? No, I don't think it was Anfield sector. I think it was Anfield edition that ultimately posted it. Let me have a look. No, I genuinely can't find it. But I read a bit more of the David Ornstein, article, and he said this about Mohamed Salah. On the transfer news stuff, he said this about Mohamed Salah. Despite recent uncertainty, Mo Salah is fully expected to finish the campaign at Anfield, so it will be hoped his situation then settles down and that he sees out the rest of this agreement, which runs out till 2027. However, if problems remain, it is possible conversations will take place about parting ways early. So basically, if the conversations don't calm down, Mohamed Salah will be leaving the club. So it looks like Mohamed Salah will be staying as of now. Where did I get to? Do you think Kanate will leave? Do I think Kanate will leave? Yes. I was a big thingy for a long time. I thought Kanate would stay. If I'm honest. Do you go to Donny Sam? I have no idea what you kind of mean by that sort of question, to be honest with you. Are you saying, do I speak to Donny Sam? Or are you saying, do I don't know what you mean by that. Idiot periods. No, I don't know what you mean. Yes, he will leave. Or Mike Das LFC. Mike Das LFC, I don't know who that is. Mickey will be a better player for us. Mickey Van der Ven, I think, will be okay. Yeah, some really weird questions you put in, Sally. Do I speak to Dono Sam and ask me who's Mike Das? I don't know who Mike Das is. And if you ask me, do I speak to Dono Sam? No. I've never spoken to Dono Sam in my life. Never spoken to Dono Sam in my life. But yeah, he does some great things, Sometimes I tune in from time to time. I've got the time, so yeah, I don't know. Don't really know what you mean. You put in some weird stuff, aren't you? Yeah, don't be a prat with it. You know what I mean? Let's just not be daft. Like, next you're gonna ask me, do I speak to the police? Next you're gonna ask me, do I speak to the fucking king? Next you're gonna ask me, do I fucking speak to my neighbor? And I'm gonna be like, listen, I don't really know what you want me to say. Do you get it? So, yeah, big up to everyone in the building, man. Smash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Cheers. Where did I get to? But no, it looks like Mo Salah probably won't be leaving this January unless the fumes. I think AFCON has massively helped the situation. I think AFCON has massively helped in the sense of having time apart. I think it was blown out of proportion. And you could see the interaction, you could see the Mo Salah against that Brighton game before he went to AFCON. It didn't really give goodbyes, did it? It didn't really give like, oh, this is the last time. Do you understand? So yeah, Mo Salah I think will be saying till the summer. I think ultimately two things happen. If the new manager comes in and wants Mohamed Salah to stay at the club and Mo Salah can turn somewhat the level of his form around because he has been poor this season. And if he can turn that around, I think ultimately he could possibly see out his contract. But if Arne Slot is the manager come next season, I do think Mo Salah will be sold this summer to Al Ittihad for I don't know, 60 million. And I think that will be good to be, you know, a good deal. But no, yeah, don't know. Let's just start. Mark Das. Mark Das is a Liverpool YouTuber. Never heard of Mark Das, if I'm being honest with you. Hear me out. Sell Salah, sign Jude Bellingham. Would I sell Mohamed Salah? Sign Jude Bellingham. No. I wanted Jude Bellingham a couple of years ago. I was a big fan of his. I liked him a lot when he was at Borussia Dortmund. He was very good in his first year at Real Madrid. He wasn't. Jude Bellingham wouldn't pass the dickhead test now at Liverpool. He's got a bit of an ego about him. He's a bit of a prat. Do you ask Salah reacts? Do you ask to Salah reacts? I have no idea what on earth. Gonna be honest, some of these comments in today, very confused. Smash the like button, by the way. We've got over 20 of you, 23 of you in the building. Let's try and get these likes up to 30. Judy's world class. Would you like Egypt to win AFCON? Yeah, man. I want Mo Salah to finally get the recognition he ultimately deserves, even though I do think he gets it in my eyes. But you know what? If Salah won AFCON, I would love him to take a photo with a selfie, tweet Jamie Carragher. Yeah, fucking have that in your face, mate. Mo Salah's done everything there is in the game, barring win AFCON. He's won everything at Liverpool. He's won multiple cups, 2 Premier Leagues, a Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup. He's been champions of England, champions of the world, champions of Europe. He just needs to become champions of Africa. And ultimately, he's done everything in the footballing game because when it comes to the Ballon d'Ors, when it comes to those sort of things, that's out of his control. Ultimately, if he doesn't get the respect by the public, or not the public, by the media and the people that vote, there's nothing he can kind of ultimately do. But what he can do is try and prove them people wrong by winning trophies and ultimately becoming successful. So yeah, bless up. But no, Jude ain't world class, my friend. Who is Donna? Long story. Reacts. Looks like he hugs trees. What the fuck? Is everyone like on crack today or something? Is everyone like just, lost the plot? Has everyone just kind of like woken up and forgotten how to use their brain? Big up to the men's, but man's coming out and saying, "I look like old truth." If only Jamie Carragher was co-commentator for final. Imagine if Jamie Carragher was the commentator. But imagine if Mo Salah lost the final. Then we'll all be upset, won't we? We will be cheering him on later. I will be doing a watch along. I will be doing a watch along for that. Hugging trees is relaxing. I can't say I've ever really hugged a tree in my life. Gonna be honest. Pedro's world class. Big up, lad. Jude was drunk in yesterday's training session. He's not in the squad today. Is that actually true? Smashing the likes, chat. Yeah, smash up the like, man. Smash that flipping like. And make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well. Senegal 3-1, Nigeria 2-1. I predicted Nigeria to actually win the tournament at the start. He looks waved, no other explanation. Fair enough. Big up to Baron in the chat. Big up to you, my friend. Hey Baron, would you sell how much would do you know who I would take as a midfielder, chat? How much would Camavinga cost? How much would he cost? Because he's a player that I would take at Liverpool, and I actually like him a lot. I don't even know what you're on about, my bro. Like, what are we doing here? Camo would cost 80 million. I would take him, I would take Mbappe. Who wouldn't take Mbappe? I'll sell any of the midfielders in a heartbeat. Okay, then. So would you sell Arda Güler, considering he's your profile pick? Would you sell Arda Güler then? Because I would take Arda Güler. Wait, I don't think that you would sell Arda Güler. Wait, is Arda Güler in your profile? Can't tell by the head shape. Arda Güler is overrated. I think Arda Güler is a baller. I think Arda Güler is a baller, man. Do you not rate Arda Güler? Right, Nemens, if you're gonna act like a prat, mate, I'm putting you in timeout for 4 minutes because you're acting like a prat. Like you're acting like a prat. You're acting daft now. Come on now. You've had your fun. Stop being daft. You've had your fun now. Stop being daft. Otherwise, I would put you in timeout. Luca, grow up. Keith Smith, he's a baller. It's a joke. Yeah, I know it's a joke, but he's just being a daft. Sure, ready. 3 years late, mate. Odegaard or Rodrigo? What? Who I would take at Liverpool? Right now we need a winger more importantly than more of a centralized attacking midfielder, Gula. But I like Rodrigo a lot. Let's do a piggyback him to the airport, No, I like Odegaard a lot. I think he's a good player. No, don't worry about it, mate. But I like Odegaard a lot. I think he's a good player. I really, really do. I like his intent. I'm surprised he didn't. You really don't rate him. He was cooking at the start of the season. He was. Güler was cooking. He was. Arda Güler was actually cooking under Xabi Alonso, and I said that. I actually said Güler with Alonso in charge will actually get some decent level of minutes. They're both quality. I do rate him, but Nico Paz better. Güler is average. Güler is not average. Arda is a baller. Yeah, Arda Güler's. I like Arda Güler a lot. There's a couple of Real Madrid players I would normally take, but look, Mo Salah looks like he is going to be staying. Who the hell is ringing me? Suspected spam. Fuck me, they do my head in that. Suspected spam. Does my head in. Right, leave me alone, you div. You rang me 3 times yesterday. Fucking suspected spam. Never answer to suspected spam calls. You need to play as Arsenal. No. Would you take Antonio Nusa? Yes. Articular looks like a child. Okay. DM'd you footy. You DM'd me on Twitter. Let me have a look. Let's see what Antico has DM'd me. Let's have a look. What's he sent? Yeah, I have seen this, yeah. It is looking like Chiesa to Juventus very much could be happening again. According to Italian outlet Gazzadello Sport, Federico Chiesa has informed Juventus that he is willing to reduce his current £5 million per year salary, approximately 120 grand a week per week, to help Liverpool and Juventus reach an agreement. Well, yeah, because he needs minutes. He needs minutes, and Chiesa looks like to me now he's not even trying because he's broken mentally. Because, and I think this is where I'm pissed off at Slot. He's literally broken Chiesa mentally, in the sense of by not playing him, giving him fucking microwave minutes, etc. Yeah, he looks broken mentally, man, and really sad to see. Really just sad to see, innit? You're a scumbag, honestly, mate. Honestly, absolute div. The men's. I get a lot of that. I just let it ring. Yeah, just let it ring. Never answer to suspected. Man said the link. Send the link immediately. The link to what? Don't just say, man, send the link immediately. Really? If you actually want to come on the stream, Wesley, and actually finally have a fucking debate, I will happily put the link in the chat. Happily put the link in the chat for me and you to have a fucking one-on-one conversation. How about this? I'm going to call you out right now. You come at me in the chat, yeah? Pause. How about this? I put the link in the chat. I need to roast you. You know what? You want to roast with my football and takes? Let's have this then. Look. And chat, I'm putting the link. The link is in the chat for you, Wesley. We've put the link in twice. Just click the link. Turn your camera on and your mic or whatever. And let's actually have a fucking conversation. Let's actually have it. You want to talk about Arsenal? We'll talk about Arsenal. Come on the damn show then. We've got 22 people watching. Smash up the like button, subscribe, because I'm going to absolutely fry this guy's ass. Because one, he won't join, and two, if he does join, he won't have to fucking eat. So how about click the give me a minute. I need to fix the mic and camera ASAP. Oh, is he actually going to come on, yeah? He's actually going to come on. Is his brother actually going to come on? Okay. We're you know what? I'll give you a couple of minutes. You got 5 minutes. Do what you need to do. He won't come on though, chat. He won't. He's an absolute scared cat. Wesley is literally a scared cat. Smash the likes, people. Yeah, man. Come on, Wesley. Join the flipping stream, bruv. Stop being a wimp, man. Join it for fucking once. I want to have a conversation with you. Let's have this long-awaited footballing conversation. Look, people are calling you a chicken in the chat, man. You're meant to be a grown man. Come on. You know, let's have this conversation. Let's finally have this footballing conversation. Listen, he won't join. Although I'm trying to gas it up, he won't. He won't. Because if he does join, he'll quit within about a minute. No, because if you notice what he's done is, he said, give you a couple of minutes. And what he'll do now, he'll go and leave the stream and come back tomorrow. Probably ordering it now off Temu LML. Wesley, you don't even need a mic. Oh my God. Just join off your phone or your laptop or whatever. I won't keep you waiting long. We are going to have this chat. You've got 10 minutes. Hey, Siri. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Right, time has been set. You've got 10 minutes. You got until 7 minutes past 2. He won't do it. He won't. I know he won't. I'm surprised how Odegaard made a child. He's left, I think. He won't. He's off to Juventus. Probably, mate. And yeah, we're going to let another winger player go without bringing in a replacement. What a club we are. Possibly one of Temu. If you don't smash a like, you're a fraud. Yeah, man. Wesley is a chicken. Look, Wesley won't join. You see what he's doing now? He's using the Mikel Arteta. He's acting like he's in a press conference. I won't keep you waiting. Da 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 da. Literally, you click the link. You go on. You use your phone or your laptop, whatever the fuck you're using. Turn on camera. Turn on mic. Boom. Join. That's it. That is literally it. He's not joining. I don't see him backstage. It's obviously I can't share my screen to my stream yet. Where's Wesley? He's not joining, bro. He's a pussy, bro. Big up to Wesley. Yeah, he's a mod on my channel, but he's been given the fucking chat for too long. Look, everyone in the chat's going for you, bro. Chiesa Yildiz swap. Listen, mate, I would welcome that with open arms, mate. I rate Yildiz very highly, so join the chat, Wesley, man. Join the chat. Join the chat. Reacts, I am not able to go on. Please, let's do this on the next stream, bro. Oh my God. You know what? Fuck you. We ain't chatting about Arsenal yet. Look at this, man. Look, bro. Look, he was giving it the big one. I won't keep you waiting. Smash the likes, yeah. Give me a minute. Need to get the camera set up. I need to roast you, yeah. Man sent the link. Man said he's gonna flop. Wesley is a chicken of the year. Keyboard warrior, animal. Yeah, get your mic off Temu, Wesley. Well, man said next stream. Next stream. I know. Wesley, the next one's a fucking watch along. You brat. Footy smash him, bottle it. Yeah, of course, bro. He was always gonna bottle it. I said it that. Wesley would never join that link. Never. Because if he does, Touchline will somehow join it out of nowhere. And he would just get absolutely... I can't even say that, but if you know, you know. Biggest flop of 2026, Jokeres or Wesley? Probably Jokeres. Although, need a minute to set my camera and mic won't be long. I know, man. Listen. I didn't expect any much more, to be honest with you. I knew Wesley was ultimately gonna do it. You know, this is Wesley for you. Of course, he bottled it. Absolute chicken, bruv. Absolute chicken. Bottling it, you know. Bottling it. Who's a bigger bottle, Harry Kane or Wesley? Wesley's prime Arsenal. Yeah. Yep. Harry Kane or Wesley. Yeah, chat. Let's move on from that fraud of a Wesley man, because yeah, we all knew he wasn't gonna join. Like, what are we doing there? At least for me, if someone sends me a link, I'll join. You know what I mean? But yeah, chat. Let's react to. Is this the latest one? Jürgen Klopp. Let's take a listen. Can't say future. My man's still going, you know. We are going to have this out. I promise you, chat. Chat, basically what he means is he never promises you.
To keep you posted on the transfer market. And today, guys, several stories to tell you. Ready to jump into it. It's going to be about players, about managers, and much more. Let's jump into it together. Big day, guys, big movements, always the marketing coming, and it's the day after the storm at Real Madrid with the official presentation from Álvaro Arbeloa, the new head coach of Real Madrid. Then Arbeloa clarified what I told you in the video yesterday. So many of you asking, Arbeloa is an interim coach, is a long-term coach, what's the situation? Well, Arbeloa goes to Valdebebas in public speaking to Real Madrid people and to the journalists and says, it's not about the contract, I'm here to help. As long as Real Madrid want. I've been here for 20 years, so I'm here available as long as the club wants. Well, the reality is that Real Madrid didn't tell anything to Arbeloa about the timing. Arbeloa is the manager today. Then if Arbeloa will be able to deliver trophies, to have a good connection with the dressing room and a good connection with the club, he will have his chances to continue at Real Madrid. Otherwise, the club will go for a different coach in the summer. That's the plan of Real Madrid. That's the very clear ideas. That's also what Real Madrid told Álvaro Arbeloa in the conversation they had with him when in the afternoon yesterday they told Arbeloa, okay, you are going to be the new manager of Real Madrid, and obviously he immediately accepted. So that's the case. That's the story. And also, let me add also something more on the situation of Xabi Alonso, because my understanding is that Xabi Alonso, as I told you in a video yesterday, and I wanted to return on this today, is really, really disappointed for what happened with Real Madrid, but also convinced that he will be back soon. There is a feeling in the industry that Xabi Alonso will attract interest from important clubs around Europe already in the next months. Let's see if it's going to be for summer 2026 or after that, but there is a feeling that Xabi Alonso will get an important job again soon. So this Madrid chapter was disappointing for everyone, for the club, for the manager, for the players, for everyone. But at the same time, Xabi Alonso is really convinced about his future, and people in the industry agree. The feeling is still very positive on Xabi Alonso as a manager. Just to close on Real Madrid, many questions again today about Jurgen Klopp. Guys, I keep telling you, and I maintain my position, there is some people internally at Real Madrid really appreciating on Jurgen Klopp. He's really appreciating Real Madrid. But I don't want to come here and tell you Klopp will be the new manager of Real Madrid, because as of today, it's not guaranteed. I can tell you that there are people appreciating Jurgen Klopp. The first step must be Jurgen Klopp's decision on the future. If Jurgen Klopp goes public and says, okay, I want to return to coaching, he's going to be an option for Real Madrid in the summer. Yes, if Klopp decides to return. But that must be the first point. And at the moment, Klopp, even today in an interview, said the Xabi Alonso situation is not linked to me in any case. So Klopp remains focused on his job at Red Bull. But if something is going to change in the next 6-7 months, Jurgen Klopp could be a candidate for Real Madrid, because there is some people into the club appreciating him. So let's see what happens there. But at the moment, this is the situation. We have to be patient with Real Madrid and with Manchester United, because today Manchester United announced and confirmed Michael Carrick as their new head coach until the end of the season, their new interim manager. The contract is valid until the end of the season. The backroom staff has been confirmed. Darren Fletcher will go back to the coaching role for the under 18 of the team, so he's not going to be a part of the backroom staff for Michael Carrick. He was offered the role, but Fletcher believes that it's better for him to go back to the under 18 and help the club with the academy. So that's the decision of Darren Fletcher. Carrick is ready, very excited about this opportunity. We will be following all the next steps of this story, because now Manchester United on one side hope that Michael Carrick can do great things, obviously it will be the best solution for everyone. On the other side, Manchester United will start the process to understand who can be the future manager, because there is obviously a very good chance to see Manchester United changing coming in the summer. So eventually after that, Roberto De Zerbi is doing a great job. So let's follow the next steps of these stories in the next months, as always here. 6 months to go for the World Cup. Kante wants to be at the World Cup. He could leave Al Ittihad in case of good proposal. Xabi Alonso, because my understanding is that Xabi Alonso, as I told you in a video yesterday, and I wanted to return on this today, is really, really disappointed for what happened with Real Madrid, but also
really disappointed what happened with Real Madrid.
Convinced that he will be back soon. There is a feeling in the industry that Xabi Alonso will attract interest from him.
So yeah, basically it's the same as yesterday. Ultimately, very much the same in terms of that. Like Xabi Alonso hasn't lost his appeal in the manager's market ahead of the summer, despite disappointing chapter Real Madrid. Xabi remains highly rated in the industry, with clubs monitoring his next steps. I hope Liverpool will be one of them. I think Liverpool very much will be one of those clubs. Smash the like, share, man. Would you take Klopp back? No, I wouldn't. The reason as to why I wouldn't take Klopp back is because, for me, the reason as to why I personally wouldn't take Jurgen Klopp back is because I want a manager that's actually going to be here for the long term. I don't think Jurgen Klopp will come back for the long term. I think Jurgen Klopp will come back to do maximum 18 months at Liverpool, steady the ship, get the club harmony going back together, bring the city, the fans, and everyone at the club back together. In terms of how he left it, I don't think Jurgen would come back and do even 3 years at Liverpool. I think Jurgen Klopp is happy at Red Bull. I think he's happy what he's doing with the project over there. I think ultimately he's potentially waiting for the next. He's waiting for the next World Cup probably. So I think he's going to stay at Red Bull for probably another 2 years and then go to become the Germany manager. Do a stint in the Euros, do a stint in the World Cup, and then I think he'll retire ultimately, because he's done everything in the game. You know, he did well at Mainz, survived them from relegation, got them promoted, won Dortmund the Bundesliga, ended the Bayern Munich dominance, and completed the game at Liverpool. So from a club point of view, he's done everything there is to do. And I think for him, it's about international. I think he wants to do the Germany job. He wants to do the project he's doing at Red Bull. And then ultimately, I think he will ultimately retire from football. I mean, how old is Jurgen now? Klopp. How old is he? 60? 58. Yeah, he's 2 years away from 60. Most managers are done in the game by, 70? So he's still got years left, but so he's not a young manager anymore. I mean, how old is Pep Guardiola? I reckon Pep Guardiola is about 55. 54, Pep. So, yeah, you look what Pep's done. He's only 54, you know. Mad. Yeah. Smash the likes. Bun the United process. Hugh still sleeping. Someone wake him up. Yeah, man. React, you're doing one on the stream. You're looking. I don't hop on and roast you, lads. On that. on that day, you'll have to change the channel to Wesley Reacts TV. No, I won't, because I don't think you'll ever join, considering I put the link in many, many, many times. This is even the first time, mate. So, yeah. When do you think Alonso is hired by FSG? I think Xabi Alonso would have been the Liverpool manager if Alonso was available when Liverpool was in that bad stint. You know, when Liverpool was like having like 2 wins in 9 games and it was just getting spanked by everyone. I think he would have been the Liverpool manager then. I think Liverpool just went to the end of the season because, you know, we're more than halfway now. We're halfway through January, so I think Liverpool ultimately will wait. You know, then Alonso can have a proper pre-season. He's having to come into a little bit of a mess. He can start fresh, and whatever is the stance in the summer, whether we've got Champions League football or not, I think he'll be backed. So I think right now he probably will be the Liverpool manager come the summer, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Reacts or watch. What are your thoughts on the Barnsley game? I mean, look, we're playing Barnsley, so ultimately we had no choice but to beat them comfortably. There was times where Barnsley had opportunities. You know, if Barnsley genuinely had any somewhat decent level of an attacker who can somewhat finish. Let's say if Barnsley had like a Chris Wood up front, I think they would have probably scored a hat-trick. You know, they hit the post in the first 30, 40 seconds. That Cleary dude, number 19, was causing us problems. There was a couple of chances where it ultimately just fell right into the box, and if they could have finished, it could have been a difficult night, to be honest with you. It was nice to see Florian Wirtz and Ekatike link up really well again. I'm loving that partnership. Florian Wirtz is starting to get into the groove a little bit now. He's starting to add goals and assists. I think he's on, what, 4 goals in total for Liverpool? If you're looking like from a GA point of view, I think he's on 7. I think he'll end the season on about 15 GA, which, to say where he was weeks and months ago is not a bad turnaround. If FSG don't hire him, just know you bowled it. Not sure how he bowled it. I watched a show that broke down things that took place at the Madrid and how if Madrid players committed by tactics to Alonso, any other club, Alonso actually succeeds. I agree, because player power with Mbappe. Mbappe's been at Real Madrid for a year and a half. 2024 we joined. And yeah, you can already see the power that he has at the club. I mean, for example, we've seen the clip of him basically telling the players what to do. And I respect that to an extent, in terms of maybe taking leadership, in terms of taking some, taking that leadership role at the club. I actually respect that. But the manager should always have the final say. And if our players was doing that, then I'd also have the exact same opinion and problem. So for me, I actually felt sorry for Alonso, and it's now coming out that they should bring in Cruz replacements, Modric replacements. The club didn't listen, so ultimately they should have listened to Carlo Ancelotti even from the get-go start. So, and yeah, I said this. I think Mbappe will score loads of goals. Mbappe will score anywhere he goes. He could go to League Two, he'll score. He would go to Real Madrid, Barcelona, anywhere, and he will score goals. But ultimately, the ego off the pitch of Kylian Mbappe is a huge problem. Mbappe's club career is a disgrace. I mean, how old is Mbappe's? I mean, he's not a disgrace because Mbappe is an absolute unbelievable player. But Mbappe is 27 he's 27, he's 28 this year. And he ain't that teenage kicks anymore. The guy scoring in the World Cup final. He isn't that young boy anymore. Obviously, he's in his prime years now. And Mbappe hasn't won a Champions League. For me, Kylian Mbappe is a fantastic footballer. We know this. But he can't be regarded as one of... When he was kicking a ball about 3, 4, 5 years ago, everyone was like, he's going to be one of the best players to play ball in this generation. For him to succeed on that, he needs to win a Champions League. He can't join the Ibra brackets. He can't join the Buffon brackets. He has to go and win a Champions League. If he hadn't won a World Cup, he wouldn't be in those conversational regards. That World Cup tax is very much taxing right now, and he needs to go and win a Champions League. Or he goes and wins a World... If he wins a World Cup this year, becomes a 2-time World Cup winner, then yeah, it's definitely going to help. I mean, he got to the final last time. I'm not trying to put down on Mbappe's career, but Mbappe needs to start winning the big trophies now. He needs to start adding those Champions Leagues to his trophy cabinet. You know, he needs to start doing that. Big up Slot, you're doing well, my friend. At Madrid, players have more power than the coach, thanks to Florentino Perez. Yep. The Express Sport right now, the cards appear to be in Liverpool's hands in regards to appointing Xabi Alonso. Oh yeah, 100%. What are you on about? Things like that just make me... Bro, come on the stream, man. Come on the stream. We'll have this footballing conversation if you want, but you won't. You're not joining the stream, are you, mate? You're being a brat. You're being a chicken. Nah, stop being a brat. Stop embarrassing yourself. Come on now. Let's stop being a div. And how about join the stream? How about join the stream instead of being a div? Do you know? Instead of being a div. So yeah, the absolute div, man. Let's do this during the watch along. You won't join the watch along. Oh god, this guy, man. Oh, let's do this during the watch along. No. Join the fucking watch along then. Join the watch along. I'm going live at 5 o'clock for the watch along. So let's see if you actually fucking... Oh god, this guy does chat rubbish. If you're not actually going to stick to your word, shut up. Honestly, shut up. Just don't rage quit. I'm not going to rage quit my own stream. Man, I'm not a gal, mate. I'm not going to rage strip, man. I'm not going to rage quit my own stream, am I? An Arsenal win and I will be there. Okay. Well, Arsenal play later tonight, so good one, mate. Good one. Good one. Good one. Good one, teammate. But chat, we are gonna wrap up here. Good hour and 20 minutes. Talking about the club. I mean, look, ultimately, back on a slot. Will Alonso be the next manager? I think more stuff will come out here and then. And do I think Liverpool will sign players? Ultimately, and unfortunately not. I unfortunately don't think Liverpool will sign anybody in this coming up and coming transfer window. Who shall we raid that is live? Redirect. You know what? We'll just raid the next stream. We're going live for Senegal Egypt in literally 2 hours. I need to go to Lidl and pick up some bacon and some eggs and stuff. So I'm gonna have a bacon and egg sandwich and stuff like that. And obviously chill before I go live again. And then also I'm gonna do a match reaction video. And also we'll have a video, Wesley, just for you. The Carabao Cup, we did one last night, so we'll do one again tonight. So yeah, let's raid that stream. So bless up to everybody. Everyone is having a fantastic rest of your day. Smash up the like button, as it's very much important you do. Make sure you are also subscribing. 23 of you in the building. Lidl. What? Wait. That's the one. Aldi or Lidl? I saw someone debating that on TikTok yesterday. For me, I think Lidl is better. It's got a bakery. You know, you get the fresh cobs, the fresh baguettes, the fresh, just everything that's there is more fresh in it. I also find the meat, pause, like I tend to buy a lot of red meat, pause. It's not pause, I don't even know. I tend to buy like a lot of chicken and red meat, and I find it's a lot more fresh at Lidl. But I do find the veg is actually better at Aldi. In terms of like other stuff like freezer, like if you want to buy like freezer stuff, if you want to buy like freezer stuff, Aldi isn't too bad, but I think Lidl is better if you want like bakery and stuff like that. But when it comes to the meats, I find it's got better dates. I just find there's a lot more of a selection. So yeah, bless up everyone in the chat. We're gonna be live for the watch along later. It's gonna be a good one, man. Salah versus Mane all over again. Senegal versus Egypt. I reckon Egypt win with a barnstorming classic 3-2 win. How is that? How is that even? How can you laugh at a take for saying I like a little? What? How is that even? How is that even remotely funny? How is saying going to the little bakery is hilarious? I'm not sure how that's even remotely funny, to be honest. But if you whatever you find funny, mate, is what you find funny, innit? Do you know what I mean? And Dicko, you shop at Tesco, mate. Hey, you can't go wrong with Tesco. Tesco's good. Depends on what you want to get, really. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Tesco. I think Sainsbury's is the most overrated supermarket. I can't lie, even their meal deals are shit. You know, even the meal deals are crap. I think the top 5 supermarkets is Lidl, Tesco, Aldi. I mostly shop local by mine. But so you just do all your shop at the local boss man shop? And there's no way you're doing a local shop at like the what's it called? The Premier Stores? Is that what it's called? Or like the local paper shop? There's no way. That's impossible to live off of like a local boss man shop. All they do is sell like frozen pizzas in there and bags of McCain chips. Like, how can you possibly even live on that? I don't know. You best eat before the watch along. I am eating before the watch along. Aldi, Tesco, Home Bargains. Home Bargains is all right for like cupboard stuff, like your biscuits and that stuff. I think Morrison's used to be really underrated. Again, their bakeries actually used to be really good. They used to sell some unbelievable homemade sausage rolls. Oh man, they were so good. And you used to get a really chicken used to be good from there as well. But you ever been to Broadway? Depends on what you mean by Broadway. I know a few places called Broadway. I know a few places called Broadway, my friend. I do know a few. Chat tonight. This channel will be getting. Yeah, okay, mate. Whatever. Shut up. You're not even fucking joining your div. Absolute fucking bollocks as usual. Shock horror from Wesley. Absolute fucking shock horror from Wesley. I don't really expect anything else from you, my friend. It's literally by mine. I don't know where you live. Bro, I don't bro, you can't just say, oh yeah, Broadway by mine. I don't know where you live. Broadway in America. What are you on about? Going to America in July. Nope, not the one in America. Okay, chat. Well, we'll save this conversation for another day. We'll save this conversation for another day. We are going to be raiding the watch along, so make sure you're smashing a like on that. We are going to be doing it Senegal, Egypt, AFCON semi-final watch along. So, oh yeah, you live in nice green, don't you? You live in nice green. Redirect to the watch along. I'm literally doing that. I'm literally setting it up right now. But yeah, 20 people watching. Smack up the like, subscribe, hit bell notifications, become a member on the channel, and yeah, man, we're the grind is grinding. We're grinding the channel. That's another stream done. Another stream later. 2 more videos. Listen, chat, we're fucking grinding. Yeah, we did 2 streams yesterday. We did a video the day before that. We did 3 streams. We're putting in the work. But yeah, take care, chat. I'll see you all for the watch along in about 4:30, 4:45. A little bit about 10-15 minutes before kickoff. I ain't gonna do what Touchline does and goes live like 2 hours before kickoff. Mad. But yeah, take care. See you all soon. Peace.